lot of big updates to some of the major Smackdown storylines, as well as the official debut of the new group, Retribution. So let's jump right into the latest wrestling news regarding these storylines. The storyline that a majority of viewers were really looking forward to this week on SmackDown was obviously the follow-up to The Fiend's attack on Alexa Bliss. This moment from SmackDown a few weeks ago was the most talked about and speculated moment of the show. The YouTube highlight clip of the Alexa Bliss attack on WWE's YouTube channel brought in over 3 million views in a week. That's quite the accomplishment because a majority of WWE highlight clips on YouTube barely break 1 million. So it showed that the fans were really interested in that moment, and it was the most viral moment of the show. WWE and Alexa Bliss did a good job of building the story by keeping Alexa Bliss fully silent on social media for the entirety of the week. Alexa did not tweet out a single word and didn't post a single picture to build up more suspense for the show. We finally get to this week's SmackDown, and WWE is promising a Firefly Funhouse where Bray will explain what happened to Alexa Bliss. Bray says that he's been receiving a lot of bad feedback from fans online for what happened to Alexa, but assured the fans that it wasn't his fault and that they should point the finger at Braun Strowman for what happened to Alexa Bliss. Bray Wyatt then confirms that The Fiend still has Alexa Bliss and will bring her out later in the show. This is where we saw part of The Fiend's plan revealed to us. Turns out that The Fiend targeted Alexa Bliss because Braun deeply cared for her and wanted to use Alexa to get his attention. The Fiend is after the Universal title, and he thought he would lure Braun Strowman out by continuing to attack Alexa Bliss. We finally see Alexa Bliss again. I could be wrong, but I believe Alexa is still wearing her same outfit from the week prior, which actually makes sense for this story. It wouldn't be realistic for Alexa to be dressed in a whole new outfit if she was reportedly captured and held by The Fiend for the whole week. It's not like The Fiend is going to let her go pick a new outfit out for the night or anything like that. So that was a nice little detail that shows us that Alexa has been wearing the same outfit this entire time that she has been captured by The Fiend. We didn't hear a single word exchanged between Alexa Bliss and The Fiend, but once again, Alexa and Bray's acting and body language was speaking louder than words. The Fiend was clearly using Alexa Bliss as a way to lure out Strowman. We understand that, but like I pointed out last week, The Fiend continues to treat her differently. It looks like The Fiend himself is starting to like Alexa Bliss. We saw that he went for the claw again this week, but he was a little hesitant, and then we had that moment of Alexa gently touching his face, and he backed off. It seemed like he didn't know how to feel about Alexa. Braun Strowman comes on screen, and the rumors were right. Strowman appears to have changed in some way and some form. I don't know if I would call it a big character change, but obviously something is different about Strowman. It looks like that Fiend influence we always talk about has already took its toll on Braun Strowman. Everyone that encounters the Fiend changes forever in some drastic way, and it looks like we're at the start of Strowman's transition. Strowman flat out tells the Fiend, "Do whatever you want to Alexa. I don't care about her." It was that line right there that really made me think this must be the Fiend's influence talking, because clearly he had feelings for Alexa and cared for her in some way before all this started. It's out of character for Strowman to flat out say he doesn't care about what happens to Alexa. But you have to understand that this is a new version of Strowman that the Fiend played a role in creating. So maybe his old feelings for Alexa has been clearly wiped clean, and he only has that same crazy mentality like the Fiend has. Strowman seemed to really emphasize the monster when he spoke, so it's possible that this could very be his alter ego and his response to Bray Wyatt's Fiend. WWE could book this SummerSlam match to be the Monster vs. the Fiend, which I really like the sound of. Makes it sound different and makes it seem like it really will be a fresh matchup between the two of them. So that's confirmed. We know we're getting the Monster vs. the Fiend, but Alexa Bliss still remains as the biggest wild card here. Where does she go from here? Well, Alexa finally broke her social media silence late Friday night by posting several images of the Fiend and herself in the ring, but there was no caption to the Instagram post and nothing to really break down besides those few pictures. So Alexa seems to be the ongoing mystery here, and we really don't know what to expect with her. Like we talked about before, everyone the Fiend encounters changes forever, and Alexa has been with the Fiend by herself for over a week now. I would assume that she's changing as well. She has to be, and just telling by the way she's warming up to the Fiend and doesn't seem to be scared anymore, it looks like the two of them are really starting to enjoy each other's company. Of course, you can say that maybe Alexa is faking it and just pretending to like him, so that he doesn't attack anymore. That makes sense, but I don't think that's what's going on here. I think Alexa Bliss is legitimately falling for the Fiend, and that makes us wonder what's next. The only superstar that was able to save her, Braun Strowman, flat out said that he doesn't care about her. So what will the Fiend do now? Does he really just let Alexa walk free, or does he keep her by his side? I personally hope that Alexa stays by his side. Maybe it's one of those things that Alexa started off as the prisoner, so to speak, but then the Fiend realizes that she could actually serve as a great right-hand woman, and that's what makes Alexa go from prisoner to manager for the Fiend. Alexa was right there in the middle of the ring when she heard Strowman say that he doesn't care about her. So maybe that also pushes Alexa to say, you know what, I want to help Bray Wyatt and join him. That would be a good reason for her to align herself with Bray. Another thing to look forward to is just the visuals and appearance for the Alexa Bliss character. If she does stay with Bray, I would expect her wardrobe, her attires, her makeup, just everything to change. She really would appear differently than what we're used to seeing. How I would like to see this story conclude is with Bray Wyatt defeating Strowman for the title. But since Strowman has the Fiend influence running through him, Bray brings him back into the family as well. So we'll have the three of them as some new version of the Wyatt family. I wouldn't mind that. The other major moment was the debut of the new faction, Retribution. We heard the first teaser of them on Raw, and they went all out to destroy Smackdown's set in the closing moments. Obviously, it's drawing a lot of comparisons to the Nexus debut, and where they sort of have the same concept of just destroying everything in sight. This group isn't just men, though. It seems that it has 3 men and 2 women. Lots of rumors circulating about some big NXT names being under those masks. So we'll have to see how that plays out. One of the women in Retribution had her hair fall out of her hoodie, and fans have been trying to compare it to some of the NXT women to see if they can find a match. According to the fans, some believe that one of the 2 women could possibly be NXT's Vanessa Bourne, due to similarities in the hair. I'm also interested to see who will make Retribution pay for their actions. We don't really have any general managers or any authority figures on television. So I wonder if WWE will bring back Triple H and Stephanie to handle this Retribution issue. I really want to see what WWE does to counter them on television and try to put a stop to them. Will they bring back some authority figures? Will they just have extra security around the building? It's clear that Retribution is here to stay. It was a big moment. They closed SmackDown in complete chaos and destruction. So WWE has to respond in some way. But what are your thoughts on Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt, as well as Retribution's debut? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.